Hello there, friends. Today I'm going to walk you through your digital notebook. So you have this digital notebook in your Google Classroom. You're going to use it all year whenever you're taking notes. We've talked about a couple of different ways to take notes, right? So you can take Cornell notes. And here's the setup. Here's where you take your main notes. You've got your bullets, sub-bullets all the way down. Then you've got your cue where you can make connections, comments, and questions. And down here, a summary. So a quick little sentence or two about the basic summary of what you just took notes over. The other way you can take notes is a mind map. This is a mind map. These two first slides, now this is important, these two first slides need to always be left blank. Don't take notes in these first two slides. They're going to serve as a template for you to make a copy of so that you can take notes for the whole year. And these are your blank slides that you're going to basically make a copy of and use each time you take notes. So let's say I'm taking notes over a genre and I want to use Cornell notes. You can either right click it. Once you have it like highlighted like this, you can right click it and go to duplicate slide, or you can click it and come up to slide and duplicate the slide. It's going to push it down. You always want these first two, blank Cornell, blank mind map, to be the first two. So you want to move this one down. Okay. And so I'd put the date, which is 9/22, and then the title. So let's say I'm taking notes over genre. So then I'd come here, I'd start my little bullet list, and I'd say, let's say I'm reading the textbook, watching the video, whatever I'm doing. We're talking about genre and how there's two different kinds. There's nonfiction, which includes things like autobiography. And then I would write what that is, and then I'd come down. What's another type of nonfiction? I'd write what that is, and then we're on to fiction, and then I'd say what that is, and I'd come down and do fantasy, and I'd tell what that is. Those are my notes, right? So that's where I take my main notes. Then when I'm done, I come over here, make comments. Fantasy is my favorite genre. I've never read historical fiction. I wonder if I'd like that. My brother really loves science fiction books, whatever. Summary. There are so many genres. There's so much to know and so many different genres that you can read. Whatever. Okay? So that's how I would take my Cornell notes. I'd make a copy. Always make a copy of this original blank slide, okay? Okay, so let's say I want to take mind mapping notes. I'm going to duplicate the slides. It's a couple weeks later. Or actually, let's say I'm a different kid. Duplicate slide. And instead of Cornell notes, I want to take, again, I'm using this one. I would never use this one. These first two need to stay blank. Okay, that's when you're going to come here. So this mind map is made for you. So I'd type genre, taking notes on genre. One main is nonfiction. And over here I've got fiction. And then see how this box isn't really big enough? You can make it bigger. You can edit it in here. Nonfiction. Let's say, see now that writing is really teensy tiny. So you can make it bigger. You can edit within this. Let's do 11. Let's do an auto. Come on, just type. Sorry, my computer's being a little bit slow. So I would write autobiography. That's when someone writes a book about their lives. Okay, so as you can see, this box is not big enough. So then I get bigger, and then it's going to fit, and it actually doesn't even need to be that big. Maybe a little smaller. There we go. And then blah, blah, blah. And so if things are in the way, you can move them. You can move things out of the way. And then, nonfiction, fiction, let's say we fill all this in. well, I didn't even use any of these, so you can delete them. You just delete them if you don't use them. It just takes a second. Okay? And so you can blah, 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 and it's going to look different. And then the next time you need to take notes, it's going to look different. So you're just going to make another copy. You're going to make another duplicate slide of this original blank slide. So you're always going to have that to work with. You can edit it once you're working in it. It's a beautiful thing. I'm actually just going to delete these. But yeah, that's your digital notebook, and it's yours to take your notes in. Again, you're always going to leave these 2 first slides blank. Make a duplicate slide of whichever one you want to do, whichever style of notes you're going to take. Make a duplicate slide of that and move it down to the bottom. The other thing, you don't have to choose a type of notes and always take notes that way. One day you might be feeling Cornell notes, and then the next day you might really be feeling the mind map. So that's totally up to you. And that is a little tour of your digital notebook. I hope that helps. Have a great day, guys.